What if controlling your mind wasn't about willpower, but about spiritual warfare? The Bible reveals that the mind is a battlefield, and many Christians step into it completely unarmed. Today, you're going to discover the weapons that truly win this invisible war. The moment you gave your life to Christ, you stepped into spiritual warfare. But the main battlefield isn't out there. It's inside your thoughts. Paul wasn't speaking metaphorically when he wrote about strongholds and taking every thought captive. The mistake many make? They try to fight thoughts with more thoughts. It's like trying to put out fire by throwing gasoline. The Bible gives a different strategy. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. We take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. 2 Corinthians 10:4-5. It's not about trying not to think bad thoughts. It's about arresting the wrong thought, like a criminal, and submitting it to the truth of Christ. Think about David facing Goliath. He didn't try to outmuscle the giant. He used the right weapon, a simple stone and God's power. Your mental Goliaths need the same treatment. When anxiety whispers, "What if everything goes wrong?" You don't negotiate with it. You arrest it and replace it with Philippians 4:19. My God will supply all your needs. The three-step process. The Bible shows us a clear process to win the war in the mind. Number 1, recognize the thought. Most people let thoughts run wild without noticing. Pay attention. When fear or doubt tries to set up camp, catch it early. Number 2, reject the lie. If the thought doesn't align with God's character and promises, it's not from Him. Slam the door shut. Number 3, replace with truth. It's not enough to reject. You must fill the space with the Word. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Let's look at a practical example. Imagine you just lost your job. Immediately your mind fires off. How will I pay the bills? What if I can't find another job? I'm such a failure. The old you would spiral into panic for days. But the renewed you catches these thoughts red-handed. You recognize them as fear-based lies. You reject them by declaring Philippians 4:19, "My God will supply all my needs." And you replace the mental chaos by remembering how God has always provided before. Within minutes, panic transforms into peace. The Apostle Paul, for example, mastered this practice. In prison, beaten, shipwrecked, he could have had a mental breakdown, but instead, he wrote letters full of joy and peace. How? He practiced what he preached. When thoughts of despair came knocking, he took them captive and fixed his mind on Christ. Here's the game changer most people miss. Your emotions follow your thoughts, not the other way around. You don't need to feel different to think different. You need to think different to start feeling different. When you control your thoughts biblically, your emotions line up. Proverbs 23:7 declares, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Negative thoughts create a negative life. But thoughts aligned with God's truth produce a life marked by His goodness. This isn't positive thinking. It's biblical thinking, and there's a huge difference. Positive thinking says, "I'm amazing." Biblical thinking says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. Here's the truth that sets you free. You don't have to be a slave to your thoughts anymore. God has already given you everything you need to win this war. But the difference between those who just listen and those who are transformed is in application. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Right now, identify one recurring negative thought you struggle with. Maybe it's worry about money, fear of the future, or replaying past mistakes. Got it? Now find one Bible verse that contradicts that lie. Write it down. Keep it on your phone. Memorize it. Because the next time that thought tries to take you captive, you'll take it captive instead. Your mind is far too valuable to be the enemy's playground. God has called you to have the mind of Christ, full of hope, peace, and victory. The battle for your mind isn't just winnable. It's already won through Christ. Drop a comment below. What Bible verse are you going to use to take control of your thoughts? Share this video with someone who needs to win their mental battle. And if this message opened your eyes to God's power in your mind, hit like and subscribe for more biblical truth that transforms lives.